Hi. Something's been on my mind a lot today, and I just felt like I wanted to share what's been on my heart. Um, I know a lot of young people are dealing with being bullied in school, and even adults can deal with the same at work. And I just want to let you know that you were created for a purpose and with a purpose. God created you. He doesn't make mistakes. He created you just the way you are for a reason. When I was a teenager, I was bullied in school. I was called names, and it led to me for many, many years thinking I was ugly. And I think that in a big way led to me gaining the weight that I did. And it wasn't until a few years into losing the weight that I finally had this breakthrough moment where God told me, "You are beautiful." And He wanted me to write it down, and because I was journaling at the time. And I wrote down those words and immediately burst into tears because I had never felt that I was beautiful. Growing up, my mom would tell me that, that I'm pretty, but in my head, I'm going, "You're my mom. You're supposed to think that." My husband, of course, always accepted me, loved me, told me I was beautiful. It didn't matter if it was when we first got together and I was 110, 115 pounds, or when I was at my heaviest at 250 pounds. He loved me. He always told me I was beautiful. I was not happy with myself, and when I would complain, he'd say, "I can't make that change for you. You have to make that change." And I hear so many women who, say, "If I lost the weight, then I'd be happy." And I just want to say, you have to learn to love yourself, because you're never going to be happy until you get to that point where you love yourself and you accept who you are and who God created you to be. The fact that I believed for so many years that I was ugly, and I had to get to that point of realizing the kids in school didn't know me. They didn't know my heart. They didn't know who I was on the inside. They were looking on the outside, and whether it was jealousy, because now I can look back and think how many of them could very well have been jealous because I had two parents. My mom and dad were and still are married and together, and many of them came from broken homes. Either their parents were divorced, or maybe they were, being raised by a mom who, their dad left, and so they were being raised in a single home, a single parent home. And because I had both parents, I remember one student asking me the one time, "Do you love your parents?" Or, "Do your parents love you?" And I just thought that was so odd, even then, that I was being picked on because I loved my parents and they loved me. And I thought, looking back now, how sad that they were lashing out because they were so unhappy. And I know it's hard to see that when you're being bullied. But I'm telling you, so many times it is, hurt people hurt people. And when somebody, especially children, are not happy and they're have a hard home life, they're going to lash out and try to hurt others. And it isn't right. And I'm very sorry for all of you who are dealing with being bullied or who have ever been bullied. But I just felt like I needed to encourage you that you are not a mistake. You are not an accident. You have a purpose in this world, and I just want you to learn to love yourself. Realize, you are beautiful inside and out, and it doesn't matter what anybody else tells you. God sees you, and He sees your heart, and He loves you and accepts you just as you are. And if we all could do that and see people for who they really are, and not just look on the outside and pick out their faults, because I think we all do that ourselves. I don't like my hair, I don't like my ears, my nose. Like, you will always find something that you don't like about yourself. I am just as guilty of that at times. And until I got to that point of really truly saying, I am a child of God. God created me, and He loves me, and He finds me beautiful, that I really could look at myself and say, I am beautiful inside and out. And I love myself now. And it's not just because I lost the weight. It is just that realization that, I really do have a purpose in this world. And being a stay-at-home mom for 23 years, sometimes you think I don't have a purpose, but I'm seeing how God is starting to use me and what He's wanting me to do. And I know each and every one of you will find your purpose if you just, look to God and ask Him to help you ignore those voices of people who are hurting themselves, and realize that that is not the truth, and you are beautiful. And one day I hope that you'll be able to reach out and help others as well, to realize, stop the bullying, stop, looking at who people are or hurting people because you're hurt, and just get the help that you need so that you can be a happy person and help other people and encourage people. Have a great night.